And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
He's checking. Crash.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and that'll make it 3rd down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The drive will start with an option going left. Johnson jostles free. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, he goes up top. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
He's not going to get me.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fire.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Lions 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And Diggs has it. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing is Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
180. 52 right here. 52. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Steps away to his left. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. GG's alert. Here we go.
To throw again on second down. Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a third and long situation. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 30 on second down, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs.
Cousins pass complete to Stephon Diggs. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
You can't block me.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Devon Kennard able to record his 5th sack of the season. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They start the drive with Cook, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Cousins. Gonna let it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
250.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go. Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Vikings.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 14. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Middle.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tackle.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just 1 4th quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Again, it's Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford looking downfield for Joe, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. The throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80! He's coming, he's coming!
On the ground, this is Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Under 10, 10. Shift.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Johnson. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yellow.
Cousins on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Left side caught by Diggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Vikings, 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's make these babies cry.
Cousins again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give them 32 on the play. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Johnson, and he'll get this up to about the 40. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
I got him. Check behind. Check 3.
Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to fourth down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Get ready.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there.